Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and today we're talking about Paris. It's the city of love and home to one of the richest clubs in world football. Paris Saint-Germain had one of the all-time great transfer windows this summer, signing the likes of Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos and Achraf Hakimi, as well as the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. But what if all of PSG's summer signings went to play for the city's other club, Paris FC? Thanks to the viewer who suggested this a while back, each summer signing will be staying at Ligue side Paris FC for 4 years, so let's see if they can get promoted and see if they can even get themselves into Europe as well. Let's go. Right, here we are at the start of the simulation. We are at Paris FC, and as you can see, they have got a few stars in their team. They have got Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, Lionel Messi, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Achraf Hakimi, and Nuno Mendes, and Danilo Pereira. For some reason, Danilo Pereira isn't going back to Paris Saint-Germain. He's staying at Paris FC. All the other players will be heading to Paris Saint-Germain on the 1st of July 2024. Unfortunately for Paris FC, they'll be without Nuno Mendes for the first season because he is going to be on loan at Paris Saint-Germain for the first season. I think that's because I'm using multiple databases here and one of them's overridden the other one or whatever. Either way, Nuno Mendes will be back in a year, and then in 2024 he will once again sign for PSG permanently. Some top class players here. I mean, in terms of age, you've only really got Donnarumma, Hakimi and Mendes who are young, but still great players. And this Paris FC team should absolutely walk Ligue 2. But let's simulate a year in the future. Let's see if that comes true. Okay, here we are a year into the future, and as predicted, Paris FC have won the title. They've done it with ease, coming top with 90 points, only losing 2 games all season. They lost to Havre AC and Auxerre, both 1-0 wins, or defeats rather, and they were both away from home. The whole season, Paris FC have been unbeaten at home. Unsurprisingly, it's Lionel Messi who's been the best player in the division, 8.36 to put him ahead of Sergio Ramos, his teammate. Former rivals at Real Madrid and Barcelona, now teammates in Paris. Messi sharing the golden boot with 16 goals. He got 16 player of the match awards, just 6 ahead of Sergio Ramos. And Donnarumma got 23 clean sheets. Getting a clean sheet so he's averaging a clean sheet 1 every second game, which is damn impressive. Let's check Paris FC out. Lionel Messi already the vice captain. They're still going with Cyril Manduki. He's still the real captain, yet to be replaced. Let's have a little look at the players, see who was the star man. It was of course Lionel Messi. In all competitions, 18 goals, an average rating of 8.44. Ramos was great, Wijnaldum was great, Donnarumma was great. Then you've got Hakimi, 9 assists from right back, excellent. Danilo Pereira in the middle, he's had a good season. The first player who isn't one of the new signings to do well is Gaetan Laura, who got 11 goals. So he's been the top scorer behind Wijnaldum and Lionel Messi, which is good on him. He's on the transfer list but never mind. And Nuno Mendes, he's had a good season at Paris Saint-Germain, but he'll be back this summer when Paris FC have to tackle the top flight of French football. So all the new signings have thrived in their first year. It just shows what sensational players Paris Saint-Germain have signed. But I mean, does it prove that? I mean, to be honest, we did this simulation a while back with just Lionel Messi at Paris FC, and I don't think they actually won promotion. But now we've added the likes of Ramos, Wijnaldum, Donnarumma and co. Now they've gone up with absolute ease, to be honest with you. How have they gone in the cup competition? Let's have a little look. It was a great start of the season by Paris FC. They didn't taste defeat in the league until the 9th of January. The first time they lost in the season was in the French Cup 9th round, where they met Paris Saint-Germain, interestingly, and it went all the way to penalties. It was a dramatic game, it was a 2-2 draw, and it was PSG who triumphed on spot kicks, although Neymar did miss. Neymar missed. But Paris Saint-Germain went through, beating Paris FC, a Paris FC team who've got all their best players. Well, some of their best players. Enough of them to make a difference. But a wonderful season for Paris FC, who won promotion with ease. It's a solid start for the PSG 2021 summer signings at their new club. But how will they get on in the next season? Now they'll be in the Premier League. Not the Premier League, the French Premier League, the Ligue 1, if you like my French accent there. Let's simulate another year into the future. Let's see how year 2 goes now that Paris FC are in the top flight of French football. Right, here we are in the second season of this simulation, and while Paris Saint-Germain have won the Ligue 1 title, Paris FC are down in 13th. They got 49 points to get a mid-table finish, pretty decent, although compared to last season where they only lost 2 games, this time they lost 15. Lionel Messi no longer the best player, he's been beaten by Kylian Mbappe, which will surely sting. Mbappe getting more player of the match awards, and he was the top goal scorer with 21 goals. PSG absolutely dominant, 10 points clear of Monaco, and the Paris FC, the PSG B team basically, have came 13th with 49 points. There's been a change in captaincy. Lionel Messi is still the vice captain, but the real captain, the main man with the armband, is now Sergio Ramos. Let's have a little look at the schedule, see how they got on elsewhere. They played Paris Saint-Germain quite early, and it was a 4-1 win for PSG, so they absolutely battered Paris FC. Donnarumma was terrible in that game, and Lionel Messi didn't even feature. In the return fixture, it was another win for Paris Saint-Germain, a 3-0 win away from home for them. Yet again, Donnarumma struggling. Lionel Messi played well, getting himself an 8, but it wasn't enough to stop an embarrassing defeat in the derby. Is it classed as a derby? I mean, it is, logistically, but I mean, is there a fierce rivalry between Paris FC and Paris Saint-Germain? I've got no clue. In the Cup, they made it to the 11th round, 2 rounds further than last time, but there they were beaten by Bordeaux, meaning there's been no silverware for Paris FC. Yet again, the best player, Lionel Messi. Then you've got Ramos. Then you've got Gini Wijnaldum just behind. A couple of loanees have played well. Dario Sarmiento's had a good season, as has Sivert Mansverk, a centre midfielder. And both of them players doing better than Donnarumma, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes and Danilo Pereira. Danilo Pereira playing a bit less this season, 22 appearances with an average rating of just above a 7. Quite surprising to see how little he's played compared to the likes of, I mean, Donnarumma there must have played every game there, 41 appearances. Hakimi not getting as many assists, down to 3. Lionel Messi the same amount of goals, got himself 18, and Gini Wijnaldum only scoring twice this season compared to, I think it was 14 the season prior. So it looks like goals have been Paris FC's issue this season. And another issue is there's quite a lot of old players here. Lionel Messi's quite old, Sergio Ramos is quite old, and Gini Wijnaldum's 31 maybe, something like that. 31. You've only really got Donnarumma, Hakimi and Nuno Mendes who are going to be getting better and improving. So things are only going to get worse for Paris FC, even though they've got one of the best players the planet has ever seen, arguably the best player in Lionel Messi. They might not be able to take Paris FC any further. Yes, they've got at the top flight, but mid-table obscurity might be the best we can hope for. But they've still got 2 more years at Paris FC. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to simulate those 2 seasons. We'll be in the summer of 2024. These star names' time at Paris FC will be coming to an end. Can they go out with a bang? Can they at least get into the top half? That would be an achievement, wouldn't it? Top half football. Let's see if they can get it. Let's find out. Right, here we are 2 more years into the future, and Paris FC are on the rise. Their reputation's up to 3.5 stars, and they've had consecutive seasons in 8th place in Ligue 1. Sergio Ramos the captain, vice captain Danilo Pereira. Has Lionel Messi hung up his boots? No, he hasn't. He's just lost the vice captaincy, which is quite surprising. When we look at the ratings, Gini Wijnaldum's played a lot less, Sergio Ramos not quite as good. Other players in this Paris FC team are outshining the likes of Wijnaldum, Ramos, Donnarumma, Hakimi, but still Lionel Messi sits top of the tree with an average rating of 7.56. They've actually signed some interesting players here. We've got Daniel Amarty, Jean-Peter Hauge on loan, and Nabil Fekir, who's been rubbish, but that doesn't matter. And they've got Liam Delap on loan, who's also been rubbish, only scoring 3 times. But in Ligue 1, it has been dominated by Paris Saint-Germain. Every year of this simulation, Paris Saint-Germain have won the title, even without their new super signings. They don't need them, mainly because they signed Erling Haaland. If they've got a front 3 of Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland and Neymar. Is Neymar still there actually? Let's have a little look. He is, but he's unhappy. Christ, Neymar only started 1 game this season. It's Mbappe and Haaland who are the stars of this new Paris Saint-Germain team. 36 goals for Mbappe, 34 for Erling Haaland. We thought we might have been doing some damage to PSG taking out their new 2021 signings, but it hasn't made a jot of difference. As for Paris FC, these new signings have taken them into Ligue 1 and they've taken them into the top half. Last season in 2023 they came 8th with 55 points. This season they've came 8th again, getting 53 points. So pretty consistent there. No real improvement from, well actually they've got slightly worse, but it's certainly improvement on their first season in the top flight. Let's have a little look at how the cup competitions have gone. We'll go to 2022-23 first. They were beaten in the 10th round of the French Cup on penalties by Havre, which is poor. Against PSG they were beaten 1-0 away from home. And in the home game they got smashed 3-0, so that's quite poor. Yet to have any success other than that penalty shootout defeat in the first season. That's been as good as it's got. And in the most recent season, the final season, they lost 2-1 at home to Paris Saint-Germain. And in the return fixture they were beaten 3-0. As for the cup, beaten in the 9th round on penalties by Red Star FC. So after 4 years it looks like we have reached a glass ceiling for Paris FC, but a lot of these players have already made their mark. Favoured personnel: Gini Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, Gianluigi, Donnarumma, and club icons Lionel Messi. After 4 years, Lionel Messi's made his mark, 57 goals in 133 appearances, which for his money isn't actually that massive a tally, but he's hit double figures in every year. He's been pretty consistent, to be honest with you. But now he'll be heading back to Paris Saint-Germain, just like the rest of his teammates, where, to be honest, they're probably old and won't really do anything. I don't know what this video was meant to prove. I just thought it was quite a good idea when it was suggested in the comments quite a while back. Paris Saint-Germain's 2021 signings gone to Paris FC. They have made a huge difference, but it hasn't hurt Paris Saint-Germain at all. We will leave it there. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any experiment ideas like this one, or like anything. Anything you want me to do. If it gets enough likes, if people like it, I will do it, or I'll at least try to do it. I'll try my best. But we are going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.